Hey, what's up guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And it's been a while since I have posted. It's probably been 1 or 2 weeks, maybe closer to 2 weeks now at this point, depending on when I actually post this. Yeah, I haven't been getting in any figures. I'm still waiting on my new mic. But I did get this one in recently, so I'll go ahead and review this one. I did do some toy hunting and picked up some Marvel Legends to do some reviews, so I'll have some reviews up here soon. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I just haven't had anything delivered. With the tariffs and stuff, it's costing me almost in some instances $800 to get stuff shipped. I kind of maybe have a hookup right now, so I'm kind of working through that right now to see if I can get somebody locally in Japan to help me out. But we'll see if that works out and I can possibly get things shipped faster. Maybe not faster, but at least cheaper, because yeah, I'm not going to get anything shipped when the shipping cost is basically half the amount of what the actual product is worth. So that's just not worth it to me. But we are back to review this one. So this is from a company called Ninja Cat. So this is their iteration of my Shiranui from Fatal Fury. And so this is a 1/6 scale, all silicone figure, except for the face and obviously the hair is never silicone, but except for the face and the hands, I should say. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a better look at this chick. You guys can let me know about the camera quality, because I am shooting on my new camera or my new phone. I did have to dial down the exposure a little bit, so it might look a little bit darker. Hopefully it's not too bad. But anyway, let's go ahead and get a closer look at this chick. Well, not there, but actually here. But yeah, let's get a closer look at that face. Now, she does have posable eyes. I do have some issues with this figure, but we will get to that when we get to more of the accessories and articulation parts. But as far as the face, I can put a picture up here and give you an idea of what my usually looks like. It's a rendition. It's not quite there. I don't think I've seen any actual figures that really nail her face, especially the 1/6 scale stuff, that really nail her face that well. But this one's okay. Now actually I'll tell you one issue that I do have with it. I guess that could be part of the aesthetics, because it's not accessories or anything. Her hair falls off super duper easily. Like, just with like a little tap can knock this off. Now it's an odd configuration. I've never seen a 1/6 scale figure quite designed like this as far as the head is concerned, because usually it's a full head and like the face comes off or something like that, but the head doesn't pop off like this. And so it's very, very strange, and it, like, you can shake it right off, which is kind of annoying. It's really kind of annoying. But it's not, like, if she takes a shelf dive, it's definitely gonna fall off for sure, so watch out for that. But she does, a lot of her accessories I already have on her, because it just doesn't make any sense for those not to be on her, like her ponytail, this little barrette thing, and this kind of rope or whatever that she has tied around her. Those came all separately in the box, so you can technically count those as accessories. But taking a look at that face a little bit closer, and you can see those eyes are done very, very nicely. You can kind of see, kind of like she has like blush over or around her eyes. The pink lipstick, maybe lip gloss. She does have black fuzz on her from the box, from the styrofoam or the casing in the box, unfortunately. So that's what that is. So don't really trip off that. You can wipe that stuff off. But yeah, that face looks really good. You can get an idea what that hair looks like. It is plastic hair. They did not give you rooted hair or anything, obviously. Hair looks nicely sculpted. Not too bad. Not too bad. From certain angles, it doesn't look great just because of how they designed this. Because you can, obviously, you can see right there, there's like almost like a hole, or you can kind of see through into the head, which is unfortunate, but you probably wouldn't be posing her like that. And she actually doesn't have that weird neck issue. I mean, you can still see it, obviously, the neck cut to the head to and neck cut, but I don't think it's as bad as most 1/6 scales. It might 1/6 scale figures. It might be just because of the way her bangs hang that you don't really see it that much. But obviously, we can take a look at the rest of the figure. She doesn't have any lady parts, so for all you pervs, she does not have any sculpted lady parts, so you don't have to worry about showing off anything if you have somebody come over, even though she's kind of showing off everything. So you do get the really horrible seam lines that you get with most silicone figures. You can see it down the side here. Might not be able to see it, but trust me, it is there. It's just because I have the exposure so far down, because my light will kind of wash her out, because she's not super pale. She actually looks more pale on camera than she actually is in real life. She's actually more of like a pinkish kind of color, like an actual skin color. More probably closer to what her knees look like right here on the camera. You can see her knees. She's not all muscular and stuff like Chun-Li, but we can take a look at the legs. I do like that they have the sculpted knees and everything. You can see the back of the legs too are nicely sculpted. We got some of that pink shading in there as well to kind of bring out the back of her legs. She has the little socks. These can come untied, so do watch for those, but the little socks with the little ropes around them. She does have, I believe she has feet in here. I have not taken these off to check. She will not stand. She did not come with the stand, and she cannot stand on her own, so you will have to figure that out yourself. These are little cloth pieces that go over her hands. You can see her hands here. She does come with this kind of, I don't know, jutsu type of hand and a fist hand out the box. Take a look at her little outfit here. You got the, I don't know what kind of leaves those are. The gold little sash around here. This is a soft good material, so it's pretty cool. Then the other sash up under it with that cool design. I do like that. Then she has her crazy kind of bow in the back. Let's zoom out a little bit more so we can kind of get a good look at this. So you can adjust this. This bow kind of just slides in and out of that hole there. And the same thing with, I don't know what you would call these, tassels or something. I don't know what you would call these. Now, in most of the game pictures that I saw, she has one or the other. She doesn't typically have both, but I have seen some artwork that shows her with both red and white pieces. So it seems like in the game she kind of switches between red and white, and you can kind of cover this up. This will go through that hole as well, that same hole that the bow is in, to kind of cover up the connection. And it's kind of just, it just kind of goes through this belt. I don't think it's sewn into that belt. I hope it's not, but you do kind of have to adjust it. I wish they would have just, you know, sewn it in so you wouldn't have to adjust it and it wouldn't move around. It would be nice if it didn't. But yeah, but she does get the options of the red and white. These do have bendy wire in them, so you can get them out the way if you need to. It's pretty strong bendy wire. It has the frayed ends there at the bottom. You do have to tie this on her. This does come separately. I think I said that already, but you do kind of have to tie it on her. I don't know if this is correct. I don't know how this is supposed to be tied. I just kind of did it on my own. The another thing that you have to watch out about this figure is these little white pieces on the rope. These can come off because mine came off in the box, and now you can see it's kind of frayed at the ends there, because that will unravel if those fall off. So be aware of that as well. I don't know if maybe this is supposed to sit off to the side a little bit or something, because I can't seem to adjust it in the middle. It might actually be stuck. It might actually be sewn right here. It might be sewn together right there. So I can't quite get it. Maybe if I just move this whole sash itself, see if we can adjust this. You should be able to. This whole piece should move. Let's see. Yeah, I think this whole piece does move. Yeah, I think that is maybe a little bit better. Maybe not. It's kind of the same. Anyway, but yeah, she's not as cheeked up as like Chun-Li or Cammy. I don't think that's right. I think she is supposed to be a little more cheeky than that. I could be wrong. But like I said, she does have like the piece going through here as well. She doesn't have any lady parts down here either. So however you want to feel about that, you can feel about that. They did sculpt in her hip bones here, which is really cool. I do like that a lot. It speaks to the realness, I guess, that they were going for here. Then you got the elbows in the back. Now this will be covering up most of the elbow situation here, so it's not quite as detailed as the knees are. They are there though. You do want to be careful, but they are there. We'll go over that in the articulation. We can take a look at her back as well. She does have nicely shaded back muscles, so you can see them and feel them. So they did sculpt those in there. Her little rope is covering up the other parts, but they are nicely sculpted in there. So that's nice. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at her accessories. All right, so here are all the accessories that she comes with. She does come with the collector's card, 1/6 scale collectible figure. Nice little pose there. You do get the limited card serial number there. She comes with several hands, kind of just some wide open hands. She has her other fist hand. Then she comes with the two hands that can hold the two weapons or fans. So she gets one closed fan and she gets one open fan. These aren't articulated or anything like that. So you just you can either have her hold it going this way, or you can have her hold it going this way, obviously. So however you want her to hold it, you can have her holding it. So that's cool. She also came with this piece, but I am unsure what this is supposed to be. So I don't know what that's supposed to do. There's no directions. She didn't come with any type of directions. So she just kind of came with a random piece of that. But that's all she comes with out the box. No stand or anything like that, so that sucks. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to articulation. All right, now for articulation, I think you may have seen this earlier. Her ponytail can move, so just swivels side to side. Doesn't do anything else. Doesn't go up and down or anything like that. Obviously, like I told you, there's a magnet here and a magnet there for her hair. As far as the head is concerned, you do have to work the neck, because these don't really have ball joints or anything, so you can get, let me zoom out a little bit here. There we go. She is a taller figure, so side to side is pretty good, pretty fluid, not really hard. Looking down, thing is the hair is always gonna fall out. Let's try it without the hair real quick. So looking down, about that much. Looking up, about that much. You know, it's kind of horrible with the Looking up is not really a thing for these a lot of times because they're not on a ball joint. Like if I take this off, technically this is a ball joint. I don't know why I said it wasn't, but this is basically the movement that you're gonna get out of it. Not so far forward, unfortunately, but back. And this doesn't really move that well on the joint, so you're not gonna get a whole lot of movement just from the head itself. And because the hair falls off so easily, it makes it hard to pivot it or anything like that. I will show you the eye gimmick really quick. Let's set her down, zoom in here. She does have the eye gimmick in the back, so you can move these. And like a lot of these figures, the peg does kind of run into them sometimes and adjust them when you're taking the head on and off. But yeah, you can move those eyes if you need to, up and down. So those do pivot and rotate, and you kind of have to, let me zoom out. And you kind of have to, there is a way that you have to put this head on, because you do have, you do have little tabs here, and they do slide into little slots on her neck. So you kind of have to face this piece toward her face and then slide it in like so, and there. Now you can adjust it slightly. You do if your hands are big enough or skinny enough, I guess. Mine aren't really. You can kind of squeeze in between there and adjust the eyes if you need to, because you don't want to have to keep putting that piece back in and back out, because it will move the eyes around, and it will move it around too if you're moving the head a lot. So it's not a great situation going on here in the neck. It's okay, but it definitely could be better. As far as the shoulders, they can go up that far. Really, really, really nice. Now, like a lot of these silicone figures, when you bring the shoulder down, it does drop it down. You can see that this one is up a little bit and that one is dropped down. So you do have options on whether or not you kind of want to have her more broad shouldered, or if you want her to have, like, I don't know, maybe more of a, I don't know if you would call this a more of a feminine silhouette or not, but she is a fighter, so I typically want her to have broader shoulders. So you can adjust that. Just when you bring them down, just kind of push up. Kind of looks like she's doing a dance. Same with this one. You can just kind of push up, and she can kind of have broad shoulders on both sides. So that's cool. She can go forward. You don't want to rotate too much, but she can go back. There is a metal endoskeleton in there, so it's nice and stiff, giggity, but she can move pretty good there. Double jointed elbow goes super far. It's not something you really want to leave, because you can almost kind of see the metal. The skin is translucent enough to where you can actually kind of see that metal almost wanting to poke through. So I would suggest leaving her arms super bent for a long extended period of time. These pieces can move around on you, so you can adjust these cloth pieces if you need to. Her hands are on, I actually haven't taken her hands off, so let's kind of take a look at this together. Okay, typical metal ball peg. I was wondering, I thought something else was going on, but yeah, just a regular ball peg. So you'll get your typical movement. As you can see, the hair fell off. So you get your typical movement that a ball peg can allot for you. You're not gonna get a whole lot of movement out of that. And you can adjust this piece to hide the gapping. So I do like that, because I cannot stand gapping on these figures. And it does rotate, so you can rotate that with the hand, so that's cool. As far, I told you about these tassels in the back. They are bendy wired, so you can kind of get those out of the way. As far as the torso is concerned, she can lean forward about that far and backwards that far. There is a stopping point there too. She can get side to side. I'm gonna just leave her head off for right now while we're doing the articulation. So side to side is really, really good here. As far as the legs are concerned, move these out the way. She can almost get the full splits. They kind of bounce back, unfortunately. Actually, no, they are working a lot better since the last time I messed around with her. So she is getting the splits a lot better now. Hopefully nothing is torn there, no. So yeah, she can get full splits. You just kind of gotta work it. As far as kicking forward, obviously she can kick very, very high. Very, very, very high. Back works as well. Then we got the knee over 90 degrees there, and she can rotate at the knee as well. I don't know where the rotation is coming from. I don't know if it's here up here, but there is rotation there if you need it. And the foot can go up about that far. I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, that's a better angle. Up that far, and then it can go down pretty far. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that is basically it. She doesn't have ankle rockers. I don't think these ever have ankle rockers. I haven't come around one that has an ankle rocker yet. And if they do have it, it's usually too stiff, and I don't want to cut the silicone by just doing a ankle rocker. As you can see, these came untied. You can retie those, not that big of a deal. But anyway, yeah, that's it for articulation. Pretty standard articulation for these silicone figures. Nothing revolutionary here. And I didn't really expect it to be. She's posable enough. She can get all the moves that I think you probably need her to do if you want to leave her in certain poses. And I will bring my Chun-Li down here. So if any of you watch my Star, I don't know if it was Starman Chun-Li. I forget the last Chun-Li that I got, the silicone one. I left her in that kicking pose, or that leg up pose. So I'm going to get her down and we can see it's been, basically, I'll look back and see when I posted that video, but it's been at least 3 weeks that she has been in that pose. And we'll see if any of the metal has ripped through the silicone. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the comparisons. All right, so here she is next to the Street Fighter 6. I think this is Starman, Cammy, and the Street Fighter 5, I believe, Chun-Li, and I think this is Playtoy. I think this is Starman and this is Playtoy. They both could be Playtoy. I don't remember, but it's one of those companies. So, but all 1/6 scale silicone figures. And like I said, I've had this Chun-Li in this pose for almost a month now, and I don't have any tears in the knees or the elbows or anything. So she's a little chilly from standing up there, but yeah, let's take a look at the, yeah, see, that bent back just fine. A little creasing right there, but other than that, nothing really to speak of. Same with the leg, a little creasing there, but nothing to write home about. So yeah, the silicone seems to be working pretty well. So I'll probably just leave her arm down like that for right now. I don't remember what pose I was going for when I did this, but we'll just go for something like this for now. Anyway, but yeah, the silicone seems to be holding up strong these days. So I don't think most people have anything to worry about when it comes to these figures. But again, it's only been maybe a little bit less than a month. Yeah, she's kind of, I'll get that going anyway in a little bit. It's only been a little less than a month. So who knows what a year of that pose would have done. But yeah, but this is what she looks like with them. She looks really good. All right, and finally, here she is next to some 1/7 scale, I think, figures from Play Arts Kai from Near Automata. You got B2 and A1, I think. Don't get me lying, I don't remember. But yeah, just get her next to some other bigger but yet smaller figures as well. I think these are 1/8 scale. They might be 1/7. I don't remember. What is Play Arts Kai? I don't remember. Actually, I got one more comparison. I'll do another Play Arts Kai because I think those would probably look a little bit better as far as size wise for comparisons. But yeah, that's what she looks like with her. All right, and finally, I think this is a better comparison. We have her next to the Play Arts Kai Final Fantasy VII, Zack, and Cloud. And I think this is a better look at exactly what 1/7 scale would look like next to this figure. She might be a little bit bigger, or they might be a little bit smaller than one. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think this is close enough. Not really. They wouldn't fit together, but I'm saying this is close enough scale so you can see what the difference is. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that is it for comparison. All right, so to wrap things up, so what do you think about this pose? I think I did a pretty good job. I'll put up here what I was trying to do. I think I pulled it off pretty nicely. She is pretty freaking poseable, let's be honest. Now, I am using this Storm Arena either Ken or Ryu's stand that is just the worst thing I think I have ever had to deal with when it comes to stands. But it's doing its job for the moment to hold this pose. But I think this is a pretty damn good pose. And then if you actually, let me show you the back. All right, I just wanted to come around to the back so you can see she's actually holding her other fan, the open fan in the back. So I think that's pretty dope. So the real question is where I'm going to put her as far as the 1/6 scale shelf, because it is pretty freaking full right now. But this is a fantastic figure. It has the typical issues that a silicone figure has. No ankle tilt. Some do have ankle swivel. I couldn't get her ankles to swivel, and it's a little scary because of the plate, the foot plate that they have in here. If you try to push it too much, you kind of feel like you're about to cut through the silicone. So I don't want to mess with it. So those typical issues, kind of lack of wrist articulation, but 1/12 scale figure a lot of time have those issues. But other than that, you can see she can bend over quite nicely. She could actually bend over more than that. But it's her head looking up wouldn't look as smooth as it does right now. So I like the way that it is for this. But yeah, she's an awesome figure. I got her off of Giant Toys, and I think she's all sold out there, and I think she's mostly sold out in most places. So you might have to pay some aftermarket prices for her if you want to snatch her up. Maybe AliExpress, you might be able to catch a deal on AliExpress or something like that. Or there could be a site that I don't know of that might still have her in stock. But if you can't get her, snatch her up, because she is awesome. I'll give you a price right here about how much I paid for her. Or right here. Or right here. And it'll give you kind of a ballpark of what you should pay. But anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And hopefully these reviews will be coming out more consistently once I get my big, huge package in. If I get it. Hopefully I get it. I pray that I get it. But anyway, yeah. But that's it for the review, guys. Peace.